Hi, my name is Rachel C. Fox, and today I'm talking about the 3 steps to becoming your authentic self. There's a huge misconception about what it means to become your authentic self. If you're like me, then for years you've been finding yourself, thinking that the more terms that you have for yourself, the more you know about your personality and your behaviors, that the closer you'll be to becoming your authentic self. It turns out that finding yourself and becoming your authentic self are not the same thing. However, finding yourself is the first step. Now, before I get into the 3 steps to becoming your authentic self, at the end of this video, I want you to comment and tell me how you know when you're being your authentic self. I asked a friend of mine how he knows when someone around him is being authentic, and he said that they're completely original but without having to try. And the word try is what really stood out to me. The whole idea of these steps that I've come up with for you is that if you were to do them, you wouldn't have to try to be anything or anyone or any version of yourself. If you do these steps, your authentic self will just naturally come to be. Okay, here they are, 3 steps to becoming your authentic self. Number 1, find and define. Finding yourself is the first and most obvious step to becoming your authentic self. But finding yourself isn't about locating something lost or missing. Rather, it's about bringing into awareness those definable characteristics of you. That's right, it's about defining yourself into terms that you and others can understand. Like an artichoke, we have a lot of different layers. We have outer layers and inner layers that all kind of lead to the core or the heart of what we are. The outer layers would be the parts of you that are really obvious to you and other people. So your gender, race, religion, physical traits, what you do, your work, hobbies. And then your inner layers would be more like your behaviors, your personality types, which personality and behaviors are kind of the same thing to me, and then your talents. And then at the core, your heart, you have your beliefs, your values, and your passions. Take some time to do this step and really be able to define yourself in terms that work for you. It's definitely an important part to understanding who you are. Let it be said, though, that the ego loves this step. Maybe that's why so many people stop here. Your ego is the part of you that delights in labeling and differentiating and finding all the ways that you are separate and set apart from everyone else. Your ego is also the part of you that works pretty hard to make sure that you maintain a certain image and that people only see the part of you that you want them to. Even though your ego will have a frenzy during the step of finding and defining yourself, it's really important to do because it's for you to understand yourself, why you do the things you do. But to be truly authentic, it's imperative that you take the next 2 steps just as seriously, if not more. Number 2, love and accept. Love is synonymous with acceptance. When you truly love someone, you accept them for exactly who they are, not for how they were in the past and not for who they could be in the future, but for who they are right now at this moment. If you want to be your authentic self, then you must truly love and accept yourself, in and out. Accepting yourself doesn't mean stagnation. It doesn't mean that you won't strive to strengthen your weaknesses and heal your wounds and change behaviors into better ones. It simply means that you love and accept yourself now, in this moment. Not I'll love myself when I'm healthy, or when I quit my addiction, or when I'm married. Choosing to love and accept yourself now will lead you seamlessly into the final step. Step 3, lose and let go. It goes like this. Find yourself so that you can love yourself, but love yourself so that you can lose yourself. The whole point to finding yourself and learning to love yourself is to let go of it all. Here's the list of things to lose. Lose the part of you that has to be individual, defends yourself, has to be seen and heard to feel good, obsesses over what others might think. Let go of list. Let go of judgment, comparison, societal benchmarks, all the should-bes out there raining down on you. When you find and love yourself and then truly let go, You experience the absolute magic of losing yourself in the moment. When you're not spending your energy protecting those incomplete versions of yourself, the authentic one emerges. Being authentic is really about unapologetically being you. When you're authentic, you live in your passions and pursue them fearlessly. You love and accept yourself at every stage of growth and evolution. You're full of joy and express it without reservation. What you are and what you do become the same thing, and you're present, because judgmental and defensive thoughts cannot carry you away. Now let's hear from you. Share with me your thoughts about what it means to be your authentic self. How do you know when you're being authentic? How do you know when you're not? And lastly, what has helped you to become your authentic self? Leave a comment and subscribe to RachelCFox.com.